Hello, I'm Kate Bonner for the Watercooler Diaries on KBTV Online. Thanks for joining. On today's health report, we're peeking into the brain of a psychologist at the University of Kansas who's looking into humanity's Paleolithic past for answers to one of society's most secretive yet omnipresent problems, and that is depression. Dr. Stephen Ilardi argues that depression, which impacts roughly 25% of American adults, that it's not a mental chemical problem that requires a prescription of, say, Prozac or the mood uplifting drug du jour Lexepro. Rather, that depression is caused by the way contemporary society forces us to live our lives. A multitude of statistics prove that the nation's depression problem has gotten worse. All you have to do is turn on the television to witness the barrage of commercials hawking everything from Cymbalta to Zoloft. Americans are 10 times more likely to be depressed than they were 60 years ago. 20,000 Americans committed suicide last year, and according to the World Health Organization, depression will be the second largest killer after heart disease by the year 2020. Perhaps the most disturbing statistic of all, preschoolers are the fastest growing demographic taking antidepressants. At least 4%, more than 1 million children, are clinically depressed. Dr. Stephen Ilardi believes that depression, like many other emotional problems, is a result of a mismatch between the modern era and our more Stone Age roots. He's devised a regimen called therapeutic lifestyle change, which he says cures people from depression without pills. It's simply a matter of changing our daily habits to get more in touch with our prehistoric roots and away from, say, the technology that governs our lives. His 14-week process combines group therapy with a bevy of already proven depression-fighting remedies, such as increased sleep, aerobic exercise, replacing negative thoughts with more positive ones. A closer look at his 6-step process reveals, he says, a more live like a caveman rationale. Step 1, exercise. It's an extremely potent curative because of its immediate impact on the brain. Hunter-gatherer societies, they spend about 10 hours a day exerting energy. Dr. Ilardi suggests aerobic exercise 3 times a week. He says as little as 90 minutes a week of aerobic exercise can help. Next up, sleep. I've done a ton of research on sleep because I can't sleep. But listen to this, 100 years ago, Americans averaged 9 hours of sleep. Today, it's about 6.8 hours of sleep. Dr. Ilardi's advice, get at least 8 hours of sleep a night. And also sunlight. A lack of sunlight causes depression. Ilardi suggests that we get at least 30 minutes of continuous sunlight a day. Diet. Apparently getting enough omega-3 fatty acids is also a way to ward off depression. I eat a lot of sushi, which is a lot of salmon, which is a great way to get omega-3s naturally in your diet. Apparently the American diet, we only get about 1/16 of the amount of omega-3s that we're supposed to be getting. And taking a supplement of omega-3 fish oil and a multivitamin, that can help. Another biggie is social interaction. Hunter-gatherer societies are very family-oriented. They live in groups of 50 or 100 people. The average American is lucky if he gets home for the holidays once a year. So Dr. Ilardi suggests that his patients get involved in social groups, such as going bowling or the bridge club or taking up swing dancing. Also, this prevents people from dwelling on negative thoughts. If you're alone all the time, you can sort of sink into your negative thinking. He suggests if this happens, pick up the phone, call a friend, head out to a cafe. So is this psychologist from Kansas onto something, or is he just another one of these self-help gurus? Well, of the 64 people who completed his 14-week program, 77% saw positive results. That's a 50% reduction in the depressive symptoms. That's compared to an only 28% improvement in the control group, who received just prescription medications and group therapy. But Dr. Ilardi says he is not ready to give up the conveniences of a modern lifestyle. He says, and I quote, "I'm not advocating a return to the Stone Age. I want to keep my iPod. I just want us to have the best of both worlds, to not be ignorant of how our technology can sometimes be our worst enemy." It scares me when I think how deeply steeped I must be in the trappings of technology to simply produce this piece. Thanks for joining today. I'm Kate Bonner for the Watercooler Diaries on KBTV Online.